And go live. Minimize. You know what? I want that other palette.
You're another palette. Ooh.
Ooh. EonsOfBattle fans, 763. Hey guys, George Cacciardo. Woo! Sup fellas, K&A Creations. Hello, all love these sisters. Yeah!
I
like
hate them.
I like them too.
Well, I think they suck. You should throw them all out.
Everything around me is a cord.
George Cacciardo. Nick, my mom says you should call her back. Oh, I will. I remember her fondly.
Benjamin Reynolds, you're a towel. Is that a South Park reference?
Good old towely.
Yeah, the Battle Fan 763. I painted my sisters the same way. Ooh, neat. Not on purpose.
Gag the Bandits. Woohoo! Just like my votes for third parties and elections, my vote is not going to win the Patreon choice. You know what? I have not looked at it today.
Well, you know what? It's a privilege to get to vote.
There you go. I'm gonna guess the one that was probably winning yesterday is the one that's winning today. I was correct. Just double check. Yep. It's not far off though.
No.
I mean, yeah, there could be a real upset vote if you wanted to go that way.
Some strong choices.
Yeah.
Painting, painting, painting all day and night. Just like every single day.
Yeah, Sereno.
Will you paint so many kill teams? Where's the video on you playing them? Maybe some team tips. How do you like to use the Commando Grots?
Oh my god. The Commando Grot, that's a great question.
Yeah, the Commando Grot's a really interesting unit because it has absolutely no offensive abilities whatsoever. And it'll die instantly if anything sees it, but it can really easily grab you secondary and regular objectives.
Yeah. It's difficult to use. Maybe I gotta try it again. Now because I remember I used to use it when I didn't know the rules and nothing made any sense. So maybe I gotta try it again. But I found that Commando Grot too difficult, even though it's probably one of my favorite models.
Yeah, but I definitely think if you can hold on to him to the late game, I feel like it's basically just a free victory point because it can move anywhere on the table instantly. Wow,
right.
The camera's not even a little in focus.
I was just about to say.
What changed between today and yesterday? Boop, boop. Zemo, I almost missed my show. The phone is blowing up with work-related texts. Yeah, ignore work, obviously.
Yeah. Quit your job.
Benjamin Reynolds, are
That's what I
those the bases that they come with, or are those, did you make them yourself? I made them using Milliputs and a green stuff Whirl texture roller.
Wow. George Giordo, your out of focus camera looks like one of my YouTube videos. It's all about production quality.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Sweet, sweet production quality. Oops.
That was too big a jump in tone. I gotta make a different color.
1313s. I can't quit my job, Nick. It pays the Patreon. You know what? That's a good point.
Mm-hmm. That's a very good point.
Yeah. But what you need to do is you need to make a Patreon for you to contribute to other people's Patreons.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. So I pay for my Patreon.
Mm-hmm. Is this color helping me? You know what? I think it will, because I'll use this as like the brightest spots, and then I'll go back in and blend it in.
1313s. The Patreons of battle, am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
So what was Games Workshop up to today? Did they do any horrible crimes like usual?
Probably.
We didn't come out with a new episode of The Eggs today, which annoys me. I really enjoyed the first 10 minutes. I can't wait to watch another 10 minutes.
Bet you they released some Lord of the Rings stuff. I don't know if that's true.
Probably not.
Just lying.
Oh, is
They're
anybody
doing
excited for that Lord of the Rings show? I've seen some rumblings on YouTube that it's going to suck. But, I mean, that's just YouTube. According to YouTube, nothing's been good since, like, when was the day internet or YouTube was invented?
Like 2005?
Yeah, ever since then, nothing has been good.
Yeah. I mean, I could have told you that one. Well, you got a Warhammer Age of Sigmar Nurgle Meta Watch. Important. Ooh, you have a Designing the Eldari Part 1. I goes through why they look the way that they look. A little article about the avatar of Cain.
Ah. The new avatar came out, it looks slick. I think it took us all by surprise that he's actually wearing a mask. Like, he's always been wearing a mask. I always thought that was his head, but now there's a bear head option.
I like the bear head.
Mm-hmm.
I also like the fire knees.
Yeah, I love a fire knee.
It's Battle Fan 763. Have you seen the new Avatar Cain? Of course. It's gorgeous.
I would say it's a little better than the old one.
Exactly.
One of the
You think there's
oldest
somebody
models
out-
Games Workshop made.
You think there's some people out there that's rather upset about it?
Yeah, well, I mean, some people just love metal and hand sculpted, like the back
Hey,
with the back
hey,
of a
don't call
popsicle
it-
stick.
Don't call it TK Studio Prints like that. 1313s. Yeah, I'm a little bitter. I have the old metal one. Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Wouldn't it be great if there was a greater avatar of Kane and a lesser avatar of Kane, and everybody with the metal one now has the lesser avatar of Kane?
That would be pretty good.
Oh, you could have them tag team in the same game.
Aw. Well, also I don't like the new Chaos team, the happy-looking Marine. How happy can you make him look? Yeah, he's really happy.
I think it's awesome. I mean, that kit is going to come with tons of head options because the normal Chaos Space Marine kit comes with tons of head options.
Yeah.
So if you don't like happy
Right,
Marine,
I mean-
although I think if you just don't paint him like that, he wouldn't look that happy.
Oh, he looks so cute. I'm definitely gonna use that head.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but it's also, you know, like the Pathfinders. Remember Sean was shitting all over the new heads?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's good. You can put the helmets on them.
Yeah.
You don't have to go with the heads. The new stuff.
But they're not going to be WYSIWYG. They're not going to look exactly like the box art. Actually, they don't have the head. I guess the box art is just a picture.
Yeah, it doesn't. It still makes them WYSIWYG if they have the right options.
Games Workshop should have only provided the head I like.
Loki, Blood Raven, Slanesh made him happy.
Ooh.
Not wrong. A little good chaos, though. Gonna be exciting.
So now, Dude at 88, I'm holding out for World Eaters. You're going to be holding out until the end of time. Why not just buy them and paint them red? Like, what is specific to the World Eaters that is not part of Chaos already?
Will, are you glazing that pink?
Oh my gosh, am I ever glazing it? Yeah, I was hoping... the oil didn't do everything I wanted it to do on the cloth. It kind of just made some parts of it black. And so I'm highlighting it as best I can. But I'm kind of doing a rush job of it because I don't want to highlight 10 different robes on 10 different ladies.
Yeah.
I think probably what I probably could have done. I didn't know that this was the color I was going to go with at all. This is like two different color purples and two different color inks.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was starting back at step one with the intention of getting this color, I think I would try to like specifically oil my way to nice, well contrasty robes. Because it's kind of like you know, like how capes are kind of fun to paint, but imagine if everything was capes on your rank and file.
Rank and file. Yeah.
But they're coming along, and I'm using my Joe Sonja Magic Mix, which is great stuff.
Primo Zemo. Hey everyone, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to EOB.
Yeah.
Wow. Couldn't have said it better myself.
I don't want to watch it. Just finished my first metal mini. Definitely could use some sort of handle. My hands hurt. Yeah, that's what happens with metal models, especially Tyranids. Oh my gosh. Metal Tyranids will, like, injure you. Benjamin Reynolds, World Eaters use a lot of skulls, and you know how hard skulls are to come by. The Manifesto, been thinking about doing Emperor's Children or Mechanicus. Which would you say is easier to build? I think they're about the same. Jordan Stroll, I don't have to imagine. I paint Custodes. So many capes.
Cape.
Will, just left you guys a like. A thumbs up. You're both legends. Yeah.
I left a dislike.
Sean, if The Incredibles taught us anything, it's that capes are a superhero's worst enemy. Did anybody see The Incredibles 2? I didn't. Is it good? I like Incredibles 1. Feast, what wet palette do you use? It is a Masterson's wet palette. It is the cheapest one I think you can buy. It's like $10 on Amazon. It's perfect. It's exactly as good as the Redgrass Games palette. But it's not, $40.
Wow.
Redgrass Games, if you're listening in, we are open for a sponsorship.
Yeah, they sponsor everyone except for us. Sean, Incredibles 2 was incredible. So there you go.
That sounds like an accurate statement.
I didn't even know that there was an Incredibles 2.
I was thinking about animation the other day, because maybe I'm working on a script about animations of some sort from Games Workshop. And has anybody seen Treasure Planet from Disney? It's like a super underrated, or not underrated, because everybody who sees it loves it. It's just nobody's seen it. Because it was kind of squashed by Disney, because that's when they were wanting to switch from 2D animation to 3D animation. And so like they let the movie bomb. And they put out a terrible trailer for it.
That's rude.
Because, 3D animation is way cheaper. There's some cool stuff now with hybrid animation, where it's like a 2D laid on top of 3D. That's pretty neat. Benjamin Reynolds. That was a pretty convincing sales pitch for Redgrass Games. It's probably going to buy that palette now.
Perfect.
The Manifesto. That really old movie with flying ships? I don't know about really old. It's a little older, I guess.
When did it come
and it
out?
had flying ships. I don't know, like 2000.
90s?
No, it was in the 2000s.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know when it came out.
2000.
I don't even know what this movie is.
I don't know. No, maybe that's Treasure.
Because you're saying when 3D animation started to become big. I mean, that's like early 2000s.
2002.
I mean, there you go. That's what I was guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what I was guessing after I was told I was wrong.
Mm-hmm. Chris just watched it last weekend. I think that's one of my favorite Disneys. I like Lilo and Stitch, Treasure Planet. Other one, Wall-E. Those are the peak. Dia Tinara. I love Treasure Planet, which is to say, I love Captain Amelia. The cat. The captain of the ship is a cat. And then there's some shenanigans because a dog comes on board.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty insane.
Return to Monkey. Treasure Planet was the first movie I ever saw in theaters. I remember it being good, but I was 6.
Yep.
Chris, I asked my crush to the movies when it came out, and she shut me down so hard I could only now stomach it.
That's hilarious.
No, dude, Daddy
Yeah.
88. I was too drunk in '02 to watch it. Just for that year.
Yep. Centric Lion, Wally rocked.
It's oh my
Hell
god,
yeah.
Wally is the best.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Wally's my favorite Pixar.
Yeah,
Just in general.
Wally's amazing.
I also like Ratatouille. It's fun. I've seen those two movies a ton of times.
Yeah, Ratatouille is awesome.
It's fun because he's a rat.
Manifesto, returning to your talk about capes, I had to build Valoris, and his cape was not fun to build and paint whatsoever. Yeah, like one cape is usually kind of fun. 11 capes is not as much fun.
Are you hating on capes?
I'm working on them for a few days. It's a little old. But that's okay, I'm about to switch to faces, so.
Can't wait for that to be a little old.
Oh, there it is. Reichland Flesh Shade. Perfect. I feel like the hate towards Games or Sisters of Battle Faces kind of died down. These models came out, and I don't think anybody even made a video about it.
All right, I'll write the script. I'll make the video about it.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, it's just how they paint them. They paint them weird.
You know, I mean, sometimes it's always has to be somebody's first paint job of doing faces.
Exactly.
Like, let's get you started on how to paint faces. Let's start you out on the smallest faces. And they use their best guy on a Smiley Chaos guy.
Ah, yeah. I love Smiley Chaos Guy.
The Manifesto, if you want a hate painting, do 1,000 Suns Rubric Kill Team. No, I think actually a Rubric Kill Team, the way I would probably do it is paint it blue and then dry brush on the gold. And if not every single piece of trim gets gold, Steve, but are the faces any good? Yeah, they're good.
I'm painting 1,000 Suns as a background, completely different than Orcs. Correct. Oh, yeah.
Where's my null oil? Who took my
Up your
null
butt.
oil?
It's up your butt. Did you check up your butt?
Oh, it's over on the table.
That was close. I didn't know that you were sitting on a table.
God, on filming days, everything turns into such a disaster.
Mm-hmm. And just in life in general.
Mm-hmm. least I'm going to be learning how to paint orc faces soon. Just started picking up some of the army this week. I have a video on painting orc faces, and I've painted many an orc face in some other videos. I like to make the lips and gums pink, because I think it just adds like a weird fleshiness to it.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes people get offended by it. Sternberg, Nick, what are you currently building or painting? I'm working on instructions for our Patreon terrain.
You hear that, folks?
Fun?
If you ever in the market for terrain, our Patreon is a great and cheap way to get tons of really cool grimdark terrain.
I mean, you got, I don't know how many tables of terrain is up on there. It's like every month. There's a bunch of stuff out there. And I'm going to be working on compiling a whole list so that everybody can see what's up on there, because it's a lot of stuff, and it's Patreon makes it hard to show people what's there.
I'm excited for the new stuff. I think we came up with some fun ideas.
Oh yeah. Return to Monkey. Coming from someone with an unfortunate face, the sisters' faces aren't that bad. The Catachan Jungle Fighters, however, are hard to make look good.
Oh my god, the Catachan Jungle Fighters. I have no 3D printer, sadly.
Yep. Well, obviously, everyone will have one soon.
Mm-hmm. And that'll be the end of Games Workshop. Says, every 6th YouTube comment. You know what I haven't heard in a while in the comments is people being like, I wonder when Games Workshop's going to start selling STLs.
Yeah, because it's stupid.
That'll never happen.
I think that they would do that if they made their own printer, or if or if it just became so easy, anyone could just do it, and it was like really cheap and fast, and easy, and it did every part of the process for you.
Or maybe they offer a 3D printing service. Like I think I've pitched this before, is ForgeRoll just becomes a 3D printing service so that you can print any model that Games Workshop's ever made, but it's like out of production or they don't make anymore.
Right.
Which honestly, that'd be way better use of ForgeRoll than what it is.
Got him.
Manifesto. For faces, I just do flesh color and then Reichland flesh shade because I'm lazy. You know what? That is what 99% of people do, and it is plenty good enough. Sean, I want to poop in the Emperor's lap and then go out fighting Custodes.
Hell yeah.
Eccentric Lion. Jay, what is your input/overview of the factions of Malifaux besides the 2 you are working on? I think everything in Malifaux makes is amazing. I don't think there's any kits that I don't like. I really like that style of like kind of Victorian punky steampunk. They had a newer kit called Hush that looks amazing. And it comes with these really scary monsters called, I think, the Librarians. I think Malifaux is dope. I really like the Arcanists, and I think the Neverborn the best, with honorable mention to the Resurrectionists. Hey, puppy. I've got like 30 minutes, so you're gonna have to hold your pee.
Gotta give them. Gotta give the old EonsOfBattle diapers out to the dogs. I'm wearing mine right now.
Jason, hey everyone, I'm half in the bag. What I miss?
Jason M, I wonder when Games Workshop will start selling STLs.
Any day now, I think. They're really missing out on a huge market. They would only sell their STLs if they had some sort of special resin that only worked with their intellectual property. God, wouldn't that be funny? Like, somehow they make STLs that just never cure, except if you're using a Games Workshop STL.
Mm-hmm. That's why I think they'll make their own machine that like you have to buy it through their websites and only their machine can print it.
Mm-hmm.
Although I bet you people would be hacking that.
Oh yeah, day one.
Day one.
Yeah, easy day one hack.
Mm-hmm. Steve, so Games Workshop and HP printers are going for a collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
What? My dog is just staring at me.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Usually she doesn't come by until much later in the streams.
Yeah.
When they say when painting pumpkin,
Rude.
they say with painting faces that you really want to be subtle, and so I'm going for one thick coat.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
I only want to watch it. Let us stare at your dog. VOD. Ian's a dog. We should really strap a GoPro to your dog.
Yeah, there you go.
Part of the stream.
Everybody can see what the world looks like from 8 inches off the ground. George Gajardo, would Forge World STLs come pre-warped, or would you have to bend them out of shape yourself? Got him.
Yeah, that's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Sean, I finally determined the paint scheme for my Titan, so I'm celebrating and painting. Nice.
I'd be celebrating and drinking.
In Squidmar's new video, where he's going to trade his way up to an Imperial or a Titan, a Warlord Titan, I can't wait to see some of the later trades. Because like right now, it's like just cute little things. Like he trades a Grot for a Skitarii, and then a Skitarii for something else. But eventually, like he's probably gonna have to like trade for an entire army, and then him paint it to Squidmar standards perfectly, and then trade that for 3 armies, and then paint them all to perfect Squidmar standards. You know, though, it was dumb. He was getting roasted in the comments because people were just saying that, like, people were trading with him because he's Squidmar. The whole project is for charity.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not like he's scamming people.
Right. Why is he scamming people? Charity.
This just in, Emil is a con artist.
Knew it.
There's my favorite part of the video is where he's like, all right, I got this model. This model's pretty dope. Now I'm just going to wait for the bids to roll in. And then it's like, all right, it's been 4 days, so nothing's happened. the manifesto. What's your opinion on making unique battalions for Star Wars? For example, clone Shadow Troopers, trying to figure out if it would make a difference. Well, it would make a difference in your minis and what they look like. I think it's cool. I think if you're gonna like 3D print your own, because I know there's a huge 3D printing scene for Star Wars Legion, I think you should still purchase the real models, because you should support the games you like. Except for maybe Games Workshop.
Wow. Jason M. Squidmar. More like Scammar.
Yeah! Cameron, do Nick, other Nick, or Jay watch West Hammer? No, I've never heard of West Hammer.
Me either. Sean, I figure Squidmar might have the Titan in about 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, God, that it's gonna be a hard thing to get. Like, eventually he's gonna have to start dealing with like online trading and shipping stuff. Like, does someone near him have a Titan? Manifesto. Warhammer does a bunch of short videos on 40k lore. You mean West Hammer? I know there's tons of lore channels out there. And it seems like new lore channels pop up every day.
We're a lore channel now.
Yeah. And West Hammer makes YouTube shorts, and it is little tidbits of information on the 40k universe. Ah, neat.
Ah, fun. Love a good bit.
Mm-hmm.
Love a good tidbit.
All about the bit.
Do it for the bit.
Do I have a darker... You know what? I'll just mix in a little bit of murderous magenta.
Jeez. What a name.
Benjamin Reynolds. He could trade the model for some crypto and then wait 30 seconds for it to be worth $8 million and get 3 Titans easy peasy. It's true. I think part of his rules is he can only trade for minis or hobby things. So he said that like he could trade for a 3D printer. Oh, I think that'd probably be a bad move. Like I think he already...
That'd be a hilarious video.
It would
Trades
be.
all the way up to the price of a 3D printer, buys a 3D printer, prints it. I've won. I did it.
Yeah. He already ran into some problems where he traded for some retro models, and then nobody wanted them. Because like retro can do well online, but if you're just hoping for someone near you who wants that retro model, it's tough.
Yeah.
Something that Doodad 88. How many bits are in a byte? The same number that are flips that are in a flap. Saying, Katten, what faction do you think has the best lore? Boy, that's a tricky one. I really love the Necron lore and like their how infinity old they are. The Space Marines just have probably the most lore. Eldar are pretty lame. Tower kind of cool. Orcs are pretty cool. The Orc lore is actually wrapped up in the Necron lore, because the Orcs were actually invented to fight the Necrons.
Thirteens. Tau suck.
Yeah! Got it. Yeah, I'll promise it right here. We're never gonna make a Tau video.
Yep.
"1313's Necrons came out of Gorka Morka. But that's when they were chaos robots. My dog just walked away, and I hope she doesn't pee. Justin S., I had a Necron head on a Rough Rider proxy as a trophy. Pisses the Necron players off.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's always the most fun thing to do, is to, you know, if there's an opponent that you fight all the time, add one of their models or, you know, like a helmet or something to your model. It's always a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Paint them similar. Benjamin Reynolds. Wait, the orc? Wait, what? The orc were not invented to fight Necrons? I thought Eldar and orc were made by the old ones just for funsies.
Oh yeah, that's what the old ones want you to think.
Boom.
They're like, we're not losing the war in heaven. We just made these living things up for fun. These faces are little.
You're little. Your dogs are little. How does that all make you feel? Does it make you feel small?
Sun Cotton, Tower awesome. I just find so far the Uthway of the writing in the books is not the best. Or the quality of the writing in the books is not the best. Nothing close to Eisenhorn and stuff. Feels like a bit childish somehow. I haven't read any Tau books. I've read the Tau Codex.
Sean, I firmly believe the 40k creators got whacked on shrooms and wrote the orc codices. Yes.
I totally believe that for the original Orc book. That's like 200 pages long with lore and rules completely intermixed randomly. And like random squig facts. It's a crazy book. You're like, oh, you want to control orc robots? Here's 2 pages on exactly how to do that. EG95. Jay, to further whittle down your pile of shame, whatever comes last for stream picks should be thrown into a bucket of acetone with their deaths recorded.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That dude at 88. Catan is lighter than Cabrown.
It's one of the best comments we've ever gotten on any of these streams.
Ooh, here's a nice divisive question. Is it codexes or codices?
Codices.
I like codexes.
It isn't codexes.
It isn't codexes.
It does sound better. I like codexes too. But I know. It's funny though, because like if you went out in the real world and you said codexes, some weirdos that would know what that is, would probably correct you and say codices,
Mhm.
but in like the Warhammer hobby, it's accepted as codexes.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
So if you have a bunch of Kodak cameras, is it Kodaxes? Kodak's Eye?
Kodak's Eye.
A murder of Kodak? Bellbirds Tabletop, what up, internet buds?
Woo!
Jason M. Codices for plural and codexes for singular. Well, no, codex would be singular. Kaz D. Primaris design is so boring compared to Firstborn, but the models look better. So, like...
What?
Aren't Primaris identical to Firstborn except height? This is what I don't understand. Like, I totally get people being like I don't like the lore, I don't like Call, I don't like the Gathering Storm books, I don't like their integration into the world of 40k. But like, a Primaris Intercessor looks exactly like a regular Tactical Marine, just not doing like a cowboy squat.
I'm Space Marine racist. I can't tell them apart. Sometimes they're all mixed together. It's hard for me to tell which one's what.
What is tabletop? A gaggle of Kodak.
1313s. Primaris have bigger dicks. I think that's also the reason why people don't like them. Yeah, that's another reason why people don't like them. Better Brothers Tabletop. Oh my god, Space Marine racist. Cancel Nick! Do it.
Sam Hardy, but there's a bunch of leg and torso options. Is there, though? I mean, you're technically right, but for me, one knee pad being round and then another knee pad being round but slightly pointy, that's not an option. It's just two legs that are very slightly different. And I think some of that stuff will get worked back in. I think it's really interesting. I think part of it has to do with the model, like the molding design. Yes, I know. A lot of it has to do with the molding design, but I think there's totally have left the door open for themselves to make knee upgrades for the Primaris Space Marines. Hush, 10 minutes. I know.
I mean, she's just telling you what's going on about Primaris.
Yeah, I'm you know what? I'm Team Primaris. I like the old Marines. I have hundreds of the old Marines. I like them still. But I kind of wish they all looked like Primaris. Oh my gosh, dog, you're going to make me mess up this face. What are you doing under there? Battle Lord's Tabletop. We should have canceled Nick the second we knew he was hooking up with our moms.
She says hi, by the way.
Jason M. What's the doggo's name? Pumpkin. I definitely think when Primaris came out with 8th edition, it was a little... They were all a little samey because they were literally identical. But, I mean, since then we've gotten individual specific characters and heroes, and it looks like the Black Templar are the first chapter to get the Primaris treatments. And so I assume that something similar is coming for Dark Angels, Blood Angels, and Space Wolves, and probably nothing else, because that's the only chapters Games Workshop ever cares about. Although they did get an Iron Hands character, which I was a little surprised by. Because Iron Hands is not a chapter that Games Workshop has typically cared about.
Chris, as long as my mom is happy, I'm happy. That's very nice of you. Now call me Dad. EJ95, Nick, can one of your Nicks come visit me? He's on his way. Jason M. And Pumpkin is also here. Yeah, you got to make a another little graphic.
Mm-hmm. San Cotton, I didn't choose Space Marines as the army because I feel like everyone has them, which is true. But recently, Black Templars have grown on me. Hell's Reach is the most badass battle in 40k. Yeah, it is. One thing that has sort of grown on me is the Primaris vehicles. I kind of like the new Rhino. I don't really like the new Predator. And I really don't like the new Storm Speeder. I didn't really love the old Storm Speeder either, but I think the new one is even worse. It looks like a shoe. Sleepy Jester, should I grab a Primaris Dreadnought? I don't own any Space Marine Codexes, and I'll probably never see play, but they look really cool. I mean, if you really want to, you definitely can. If you don't ever... I mean, do you play the game? Because if you play the game, you should probably get things for the army you play. Because then you get that double use out of it as a cool project, and you get to play with the mini. But if you just like to collect cool things to paint, then yeah, I think definitely get... It's a really cool kit. It's super, super posable. The knees, the feet, the pelvis, the fingers, everything is customizable on that model. I remember when the new Primaris vehicles came out, I really didn't like the new Rhino, but since then I've kind of looked back at the old Rhino. It's a rectangle. It is just a box.
Mm-hmm. Remember, we saw somebody put together an MDF kit of the Rhino. Looked exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
Looked really good.
Can you imagine like an MDF like Eldar Falcon?
Yeah.
But somehow a Space Marine Rhino looks perfect in chipboard. Two minutes.
It's actually 5 minutes. Why are you lying?
Okay, well. Luke Taylor, I recently picked up the Space Marine half of Indominus box, and after reading into the Battle of Hell's Reach, I became interested in the fellow Dornian successor chapters, the Celestial Lions. Ah, cool. Oh, Dorn. Diatinara metal boxes. Justin S. Grimaldus' helmet is so freaking weird. Yeah, it's a chaplain skull helmet, and then it has like a screamy, angry face grill.
Business Reaver helm works for chaplain.
Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, it's a skull-looking helmet. The Reavers are weird because they've never been good. Like, even when they were new, they weren't good. And then people kind of speculated that they were going to get new rules, like they'd be able to infiltrate or take different weapons, or like grappling hooks and stuff. And then, well, they do sort of have a grappling hook. And then they came out with the Phobos pattern armor, the incursors and infiltrators, who do all the things people thought that the Reavers could maybe do. So the Reavers are just like a weird close combat choice without good close combat weapons.
Interesting. It's almost like the Space Marines have too much stuff.
Yeah.
Isn't that fun?
I think what they should maybe do, because they did this, the Reavers have some rules that like play with morale a little bit. I think really lean into that and like literally have when models that they're standing near have like a healthy number of debuffs to make them a lot worse because they're so terrified of the Reavers.
Benjamin Reynolds, the Reaver helmet's the coolest thing about the Reavers.
Yeah.
And the knives, I guess.
Luke Staley, they're just conversion fodder at this point. A lot of people use them that way. And it kind of works. Dog, you're being very rude.
Jeez. Imagine interrupting a stream and just yelling the whole time.
Mm-hmm. I know. That was tabletop. Phobos is lame. You know, Phobos can be really cool if you paint them cool. Like I've seen what a lot of people do, which I think actually looks really dope, is when you have like your whole army, but then your couple of Phobos squads are painted in camouflage. I think that's actually a really dope look.
And speaking of being dope, it's 10 o'clock.
Woo! Did you hear that, Pumpkin?
Well, we had 2 videos out this week. We have 2 more videos coming out. One on Friday. One is a Patreon exclusive episode on Saturday. And we also have our Patreon live stream after the normal live stream on Friday, where you can call in and chat with us on Discord. But you got to join the Patreon for that. But we'll be back with another live stream tomorrow.
Yeah.
So join us.
All right, everybody. Good night.
Good night.